Need tools? We've got you covered. Go to ChromebookParts.com or click on the link below to pick up this sleek, portable toolkit. Flip the unit over and remove 11 7mm screws and 2 5mm screws. Gently insert the opener pick between the bottom cover and the palm rest and slide along the edges to pop the bottom cover free. Peel back the tape and unplug the battery from the motherboard. Fold the unit over. Gently insert the opener pick between the palm rest and the keyboard. Slide along the edges to pop the keyboard free. Peel back the tape. Flip open the locking clip and unplug the keyboard from the motherboard. Remove 3 5mm screws from the hinge and 7 4mm screws from the motherboard. Flip open the locking clip and unplug the touchpad cable from the motherboard. Unplug the speakers from the motherboard. Flip open the locking clip and unplug the LCD cable from the motherboard. Peel back the tape and unplug the camera cable from the motherboard. Peel back the tape and unplug the sensor board cable from the motherboard. Flip open the locking clip and unplug the WFC microphone cable from the motherboard. Peel back the tape and unplug the world-facing camera cable from the motherboard. Gently lift up to pop the antenna cables free from the Wi-Fi card. Flip open the locking clips and unplug the daughterboard cables from the motherboard. Lift up the hinge and remove the metal bracket. Gently lift up and pull back on the motherboard, taking care not to bend or damage the ports. Replace the motherboard back into the port slots and make sure all the cables are out from underneath. Replace the metal bracket and push the hinge down. Replace the 3 5mm screws into the hinge and the 7 4mm screws into the motherboard. Plug the daughter board cables back into the motherboard. Gently push down to plug the antenna cables back into the Wi-Fi card. Plug the world-facing camera cable back into the motherboard. Plug the WFC microphone cable back into the motherboard. Plug the sensor board cable back into the motherboard. Plug the camera cable back into the motherboard. Plug the LCD cable back into the motherboard. Plug the speaker cable back into the motherboard. And plug the touchpad cable back into the motherboard. Fold the unit back over. And plug the keyboard cable back into the motherboard. Replace the keyboard. You can see here, these spring tabs can be pushed in. Use the spudger to push the tabs in, then push down on the keyboard, and let the tabs go to pop them back into their slots. Push the keyboard down to secure it, then fold the unit back over. And replace the battery. Plug the battery back into the motherboard. Replace the bottom cover and push down to snap it back into place. Replace the 11 7mm screws and 2 5mm screws.